Hello, one and all. This is Nerdcraft here, bringing you a European ladder game here, spawning on the let's say 6 o'clock position of the Antigua shipyard is our red Zerg Game of Drones, and his opponent here, spawning on the 3 o'clock position, is the blue Zerg Ziktomini. Ziktomini. We'll go with that. Ziktomini. For those of you who don't know, our red Zerg Game of Drones is in fact actually LiquidTLO, and for anyone else who doesn't know, he had recently switched to Zerg about I'd say about a month and a half, 2 months ago. And he originally started out actually playing as a Zerg player in StarCraft 2, and then he went to Terran. He really liked that, but he loved Zerg and Terran so much he went to random. But he sucks at Protoss. He's a see it. Apparently he's TLO. He's TLO. He's a horrible Protoss player. So he decided to from there go back into Terran, and now he's switching back to Zerg. So he's a little bit all over the place when it comes to races. Of course, there's going to be a ZVZ. I do not know who Ziktomini is. Just I'm guessing some grandmaster or master on the European ladder. If anyone knows who he is, please tell me. I'd like to know. I like to know all the new up and coming players as well as all the players in general. So love your play, especially since you switched to Zerg again. You see, everyone kind of loves TLO. It's just kind of this thing. His beard too lately. I don't know. I think I like him shaved personally. That sounds so wrong. I don't. The beard looks nice, but I'm not a huge fan of the beard. I think he looks better without it. That's what I'm trying to say instead of him looking shaved, because that actually sounds pretty wrong. So here we can see Ziktomini going for a 15 hatch, and so is TLO. This is a very risky thing to do in ZVZ, because I have one of those moments of random happiness. Ah, that's great. So I see his head. I see his face in my head right now of him smiling. He's got a good smile. It's kind of sounding gay for him right now, but hey, it's true. So like I was saying though, a 15 hatch in ZVZ is very risky move. It's a very risky move, mainly because the ZVZ is infamously known for Ling Baneling all-ins, Roach all-ins. There's a lot of really all-in kind of plays in the beginning, so expanding this early can be very risky. But of course we see Ziktomini, he also went for it too, so this is kind of going to be an exact mirror matchup so far actually. And the spawning pool now finished for Ziktomini and been finished a little bit for TLO. Getting his extractor, so is Ziktomini. Actually, he's already had his Spire for, by the looks of it, quite a while now. I think he went hatchery, extractor, then pool, and TLO went hatch, pool, then extractor. So TLO is going to be a little slower on the metabolic boost, but it's not going to be a huge thing. Don't know what that drone over there was doing. He was crying. He was mourning for his lost buddy, who is now being transformed into a massive spiky tentacle that will impale anything it sees. Yeah, I hate when my friends do that too. It's really sad. As you can see here, the queens getting ready to block any aggression. I do not believe TLO has actually scouted anything, but he has a sneaking suspicion that he's over here, mainly because he saw the drone scout. And actually, wait. Yeah, there was a scout. And here we see a couple lings just getting by those queens. Only two. They're not going to be able to do too much damage. As you can see, the drones are just going to be able to clean them up. And oh no, they are still going to go away. Oh, no, now they get surrounded by drones, which is kind of embarrassing for a Zergling, because a Zergling's job is to surround, not get surrounded. So we see Spinecrawler here finishing up for Ziktomini. He's got a really weird name. I'm going to trip over it horribly. And they're both just droning up. TLO, he is going, I almost said Game of Drones. TLO is going to get his Evo chamber as well as a Roach Warren. What is that sound? Oh, that's the sound of my volume control on my wire getting hitting against my chair, because I always shake my leg. So TLO goes for Roaches and Ziktomini goes for Banelings. This is not in favor of Ziktomini, and I'm not just being biased because it's just basically true. Banelings are not that good against armored, especially in the early game, because you're not going to be able to get a huge amount of Banelings. as opposed to roaches, which are armored. They're really, beefy units. They can really take a beating and just keep on ticking. And as you can see here, TLO going for his layer and last 4 and his next 3 and his other 3 extractors. Now let's see here. What is Ziktomini? He did not scout the Roach Warren, which is pretty interesting, but he is getting his Roach Warren right now, which I find kind of odd considering that he got a Baneling nest and then decided to switch over to Roach. Don't know if that's a little indecision on his part, or he's just not 100% sure what to expect from TLO. He's really known for being extremely unpredictable. That's kind of TLO's signature. He's a lot like Boxer in the sense that you're not really sure what's going to come out from him, but whatever does come out is very creative and it oftentimes works. What was that? Huh, that was weird. That little, oh, that was Facebook blip. That's what it was. Okay, here we go. TLO getting his Nidus network right now, as we can see right over here. Interesting placements of his building, and he's getting ready for a classic good old Roach Highway. Oh man, looking forward to that. And actually going to get some spine crawlers down. I like this. I like this a lot from TLO. This is kind of just another one of those things that he'll do that you will not expect. He's bringing these spine crawlers over. Unfortunately, there's no Overlord connecting this. Don't know if Ziktomini saw it or not, but he's definitely going to see him now. Those spine crawlers going to have to burrow right now. There's only 4 roaches against 7 roaches, so that's definitely in favor of Ziktomini. And looks like these spine crawlers are just going to get cleaned up really easily. And surprisingly, TLO did not lose a single roach. He might. No, he lives. 9 roaches just hatched for TLO as well, so I think he might be pretty good. But he does not have any spine crawlers here because he sacrificed them. He wanted to do an aggressive push and unfortunately was not able to. Of course, we got his infestation pit up and he's going for pathogen glands right now, and here comes the engagement. TLO, he is spreading his splitting his roaches to get a superior superior conclave. And as we can see, Glial reconstitution just finished up for both of them. Ziktomini going for Hydras, very interesting choice of tech. Hydras, oh, it's got to get these overlords out of the way, and of course TLO is going to see that the 3rd is down. He's going to know now that he needs to get his 3rd. As we see, reaction right away. As soon as he sees the 3rd, he goes for it. And now we're just going to have a creep spreading queen, which is very interesting because you usually don't see much creep spread at all in a ZVZ matchup, just because it's kind of like benefiting your enemy in the sense that if you spread creep, his roaches are faster or something, especially Hydralisks. But Hydralisks, they don't stand up to roaches that well, provided that you can get them, you can target them down. As you see, Focus Fire in here going down on the Hydras, and only 1 Hydra left, actually 2 more joining the fray. They probably hatched like, I don't know, 10 minutes ago, considering how slow Hydras are. That's what I'm looking forward to. Heart of the Swarm, there's going to be a Hydra speed buff. I don't think it's going to be an upgrade, but they're going to be a lot faster, which is good because Hydras were the backbone for the Zerg in Brood War. And here we can see 2 infestors coming up. Fungal Growth goes off on a majority of the roaches, and another one going off too. Now the roaches are chasing down these infestors, but these roaches are going to be easily cleaned up. As soon as the roaches are gone, the Hydras are at the mercy of them. And wow, TLO actually losing quite a bit of units there. And looks like this Roach versus Queen, Roach wins. And Infestor doing the moonwalk there. And this 3rd is going to be denied. I don't know if it's going to be canceled or if it's going to try and be saved. No, it's not going to be canceled. So TLO has committed to keeping the 3rd, and it goes down just as fast as it goes up. Actually, no, it went down faster. But TLO with a superior roach count now is finally going to be able to clean everything up. We have more roaches here coming from Ziktomini, but he's going to recall them just right back. It's like, yeah, no. You guys are going to be set to your death. The Automaton 2000 is like, this is very fascinating. Now you see, if I was microing, nothing of TLOs would have died. Yeah, those are crazy videos, by the way. Makes me wish I was, kind of makes me wish I was a robot, so I could like be extreme, like my ABM could be like 2 million. And here the roaches coming in for TLO. They're going to take the ramp. You never want to give up the ramp in a ZVZ. Actually, you don't want to give up the ramp at all as a Zerg player. Or I suppose even as a Terran or Protoss player. Now the roaches are going to come in. They're going to hug the other roaches, which is exactly what you need to do. Going to get the surround on them, and everything's being cleaned up by TLO here. And TLO retreats despite having the superior numbers. 13 roaches on the way now for TLO and 9 for Ziktomini. And the queen, she is pissed off. Queen, her sister was killed by these rich roaches, and she's not going to put up for it. She can maybe even put down a creep tumor so she can go faster. And single infested Terran comes out, and it looks like TLO is getting pretty much surrounded. A superior conclave for Ziktomini, and she was unable to avenge her fallen sister. Instead, her sister shall come and avenge her. The roach is getting another really good conclave on Ziktomini's roaches here. TLO just, very superior micro so far. But Ziktomini, give him credit, man. He's been holding this off with a crazy amount of skill. And here more roaches hatch, and as soon as they hatch, they meet life with the searing burn of acid. And now the drones are going to go in for a surround on the roaches too. 3 roaches down here, and 4 more roaches coming in. But 3 more roaches for TLO coming on in as well. Even an Overlord trying to get in this fray. He's like, I'm going to puke all over you guys. It's what I do. More roaches coming in here from Ziktomini's base, and the Automaton 2000 controlling these roaches is able to repel TLO. But TLO, he wants more. He's a glutton for punishment, and he is going to get a superior conclave once again. Ling's actually coming out this time because Ziktomini, by the looks of it, is kind of running short on gas, or he just needed something really quick. I don't know. He has actually a lot of minerals and gas right now. He can make a plenty roaches, and TLO is going to go for Burrow and another infester, while Ziktomini adds 5 Hydralisks and 5 more roaches. Very interesting. Now TLO establishing the gold base. He's like, hey, I've pushed this guy back into his base, and I'm not even going to retake my 3rd. I am instead going to make it under the impression that I have my 3rd, but really I'm going for the gold. That's going to be my 3rd. And a lot of people say that the gold version of Antigua Shipyard is very broken. I have not seen much results. I haven't really seen anything to suggest it yet. It wouldn't surprise me at all, and we can see that the roaches here are going to go for the Dream. Mainly, the only reason it wouldn't surprise me at all that this map is broken with the gold version is just mainly because of Terran. You can get a quick 3rd in a planetary fortress. And we see Ziktomini, he's going to say, oh, there's no 3rd. Is he fully committing to an all-in here, or does he have another 3rd? Don't know what Ziktomini is going to be thinking right now, so we will find out due to his reaction. 500 minerals and 400 gas here for Ziktomini. He could definitely be making a lot more roaches. And there he discovers his worst nightmares have been confirmed, that the gold is indeed taken. I don't know how he's going to respond to this. Huge fungal growth going down on these roaches. Oh man, even another fungal growth. Those roaches are like, oh man, I finally broke free from that disgusting filth. And then just be covered in a 3rd time and then die. That'd be a horrible way to die. As you see that TLO quickly burrows his roaches to heal them up. Great burrow micro coming in here for TLO. And unfortunately, Infestor went down too. Like one of the best units to have burrowed, unfortunately killed while roaches are burrowed. And Overseer coming out for Ziktomini. We have a 1-2 roaches, 2-1-2 roaches as well. Trying to land a fungal growth there for TLO, but unfortunately this Infestor was not able to get that job done. And 12 more roaches as well as burrow, and another Hydralis here coming up for Ziktomini. And he actually has a fairly scary army. I don't know how he's going to try and answer this gold. He's actually going to answer the gold by getting his own gold, so this will put him ahead provided he can keep the gold. And TLO is not going to see it. Now he sees it, and oh man, there's going to be an actually pretty good surround here for Ziktomini. Unfortunately for him, that TLO realizes it and gets out as fast as he can. 9 more Hydras being added. Burrow just about to finish, and level 2 ground carapace just about to finish as well for Ziktomini. As for TLO, looks like he's just sticking on that level 1 ground carapace, not even getting his level 3. Actually, that requires Hive, so of course he's not getting his level 3 missile attack. And TLO here coming down. He has a Roach hit squad here ready to take out hatcheries, and they are going to take out hatcheries. Is it going to be canceled? It is canceled. Oh man, TLO actually moving out at the, it's like just moving just right at the wrong second to miss that hatchery and allow it for to be canceled. But of course we see here in the middle TLO and Ziktomini going at it once more. I don't know why Ziktomini doesn't burrow. He was going to be able to destroy that army, but unfortunately there's the other half of the army for TLO is inside his freaking base, which is not a good place to have roaches at all. You know, it's they leave a mess. There's acid all over the floor, and they eat through your clothes, believe it or not. They're a very big fan of linen. And here we can see Ziktomini actually doing some pretty good transfusion micro on the roaches. The rest of the roaches here coming up for Ziktomini, and they're going to be able to clean up the rest of TLO's forces. Now, he's not going to, by the looks of it, he's not taking that gold again. I don't know if he plans on doing it or not. I think it would be a pretty bad idea considering that TLO does have the tower. And looks like, yes, he is going to reestablish, and TLO is going to see this right away. Yep, I wasn't sure if he was moving away or not. And finally, Ziktomini getting his infestation pit and his pathogen glands, as well as grooved spines for those hydralisks. And he's going to burrow his roaches. Man, that's weird. Burrow his roaches just to make sure that, oh, that one was not canceled this time, to make sure they are nice and healthy. And ooh, man, Ziktomini has been ahead in supply the entire time. Of course, he does have 9 more drones than TLO, but at the same time, TLO is just, despite having a, well, actually, Ziktomini does have a superior army, as you can see in the supply differences. So it's surprising that TLO has been able to hold him off. Now, Ziktomini is going to have superior carapace upgrades, which is not going to spell any good news for TLO. And by the looks of, oh, sorry, that was my knuckle cracking, my thumb cracking. By the looks of it, TLO is going to go for a Hydralisk Den as well. 4 infestors here coming up for Ziktomini. And Ziktomini, Moni. And great fungal growth there going off for TLO, but unfortunately the roaches only go into the yellow, and not that deep of a yellow either, so they're not hugely harmed, nothing good sitting in the ground, can't handle. And oh man, that infestor going a little too far. He survives to tell the tale though of how he single-handedly scouted the enemy army and even fungal growth. Now that one doing another great fungal growth, but a fungal growth from Ziktomini going down on the infestor, and TLO is going to lose it as well as his overseer. Now another fungal, this is just fungal growth wars, and Ziktomini, he finally has the right idea. He is going to burrow underneath the army. Oh man, you can actually see them in the ground. That's crazy. It's a lot more subtle than an observer though, and Ziktomini is going to go straight for TLO's tech, his drones. He's going for it, but of course at the same time TLO is going to be pushing at the same time. This great concave for TLO. It might turn into a base race scenario here, as we can see Infested Terran going down in TLO's natural, and they are going to clean up everything here. Unfortunately, almost everything from Ziktomini is dead right now. There's just a superior conclave. Despite having that superior upgrades against TLO, he is not going to be able, oh man, poor Infestor. He is not going to be able to push, doesn't look like he's going to be able to push out this one, and then GG actually has a, oh, apparently that was a gold match. Maybe, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what level Game of Thrones is at. But yeah, that was a pretty good back and forth game. I hope you guys enjoyed it. My name is Nerdcraft, and please subscribe to my channel. It just keeps me going. Also, if you want, you can follow me on Twitter. That's at @n_craft. You'll get updates as to when I'm casting, when I'm going to be putting videos up, when I'm going to be streaming, which is generally on the weekends, and also just my usual, you know, life banter, my usual silly life banter. I like to think it's silly, at least. Anyway, that's it. I am out.